I graduated last year. I'm sadly depressed about my life right now. I have no friends. I have no free time to do anything. I'm just not really happy about my job. I got my job as soon as I graduated, and since then, I've had no social life whatsoever. All my uni friends have left me, and I don't like where I work. It's just this 95 hours, it just doesn't appeal to me. Sometimes my job involves being placed on call, so at weekends I may have to sort out something if it breaks. But it's just the fact that I have to wake up at 6:30 AM every day for work, then have to travel to work, get back home in the evening, and then only have a few hours to cook, to eat, to shower, to wash the dishes, and then the night's already over and I have to sleep and it all starts again. I just don't like this 9 to 5 lifestyle at all. I can't handle it anymore. I'm just fucking tired of it. I'm getting a decent salary and good benefits, but I still can't see myself leaving. It's like I'm shackled to this thing. It might be a combination of not being happy with my job and the 9 to 5 hours, alongside not having any friends as well. But anytime I look for answers, all I'm left with is more questions. Any advice?
I really don't want to sound patronizing, but welcome to being a grown-up. I don't like working 8 to 7:30 either, or taking the bins out, or paying my mortgage and council tax every month. Most people don't, but that's how life works. Time to suck it up.
You know what an aquarium is. A tank where fish just aimlessly wander around every day. However, the reason why I really love this title is because using intern as a prefix serves as a metaphor for people aimlessly wandering around the box that society has placed them in, limiting them with what they can do with their lives. The beauty of this title is that it doesn't even have to apply to just being an intern. It applies to people that go to school, people working at a dead-end job, people raised in a household with beliefs they don't align with, or people that are just lost. The artist behind this album, Khary from Providence, Rhode Island, even said in an interview that he wanted to make it college dropout-esque, but for interning.
I live in New York. I've been living there for 5 years now, but when I first moved to New York, I started interning, and I met a lot of other people going through similar struggles, trying to get on, trying to chase their dreams and stuff. I was also working 2 part-time jobs at the same time, doing other freelance stuff to live and afford New York. I wanted to make this sort of college dropout-esque version of that, but for interning, because I feel like a lot of people are going through it, and a lot of millennials frustrated with their future and trying to chase these things they're unsure of and deciding if they're going to dive into it.
If you're someone that's ever lived, you have faced this problem at one point or another. I'm honestly facing this problem right now, but coming back to this EP honestly gives me a huge wave of inspiration. At the beginning, I gave you a perspective of someone that is clearly not enjoying what they're doing with their life, and someone just telling them, well, that's just how it is. But this EP is about a story of how an intern breaks out of the box that people told him he should be in and makes something of himself. Welcome to my experience of Intern Aquarium.
What the fuck you want? I got shit to do. I had a dream and a scheme where I put my mom in a penthouse. Need that view. Got a whole team, yeah, they need that too. Need them M's, nigga, Majin Buu. Quit my job, yeah, fuck Sue. I suggest you take a hike if you can't see all the shit I'm amounting to. I'm on top.
The first track, Internlude, is a really nice opener, setting the scene of what the EP is going to be about. The melody is mellow and slow, but simultaneously contrasted by the rhythm of these harsh striking drums.
I swear.
In a way, this melody replicates and emphasizes how tired Khary is, and the striking drums emphasize how angry Khary is working at this dead-end job, which can further be seen by the bars just littered all over this track.
Yeah, man. Intern Aquarium, an aquarium full of interns. Most unpaid, never praised for their good work. Boss sent me across town, pick up a package. Little did he know, I'll be gone till November. Nigga, I got tracks to make, though I'm not Wyclef.
Gone Till November is a song by a Grammy-winning artist, Wyclef. It's about a man that has to leave his significant other in order to push drugs, and he talks about how he just can't have a normal 9-to-5 work job. But when he comes back, he talks about buying entire blocks and becoming rich. In the context of Khary's track, instead of talking about pushing drugs, the next line clarifies that he'll be gone making tracks, and the next time that they see him, instead of being a man who's rich of drug dealing, he'll be rich of being a successful rapper. By the way, if your first interpretation of this line was him being on the street selling drugs, first of all, thanks, cause I feel less like an idiot. And second of all, on the analysis on his own line on Genius, he makes fun of the concept of his mom thinking he's selling drugs because she doesn't know how he's making money off music, which is quite hilarious to be frank. Hopefully that quenches suspicions. We don't know. Maybe he was drug pushing. We really don't know.
Thought you was safe in your job, you flexing biceps. You get fired on the set of your movie role. Life went straight to DVD inside your cubicle. So really in the box, huh?
Bam, this combination of lines just hits. In this line, Khary makes fun of people who brag about having a boring 9-to-5 office job, acting like their life is a movie, just because it provides them with some sort of stability. But he's making the argument that their stable office job isn't, and once they eventually get fired, these people will realize they wasted their potential by staying inside their comfort zone. However, he's not gonna allow that to happen to him.
Searching for a purpose, I ain't even leave the surface, cause the truth is inside of what I am not. You. I do not waste time on what is not true. Show me a critic who got a statue.
He's going to venture outside his comfort zone in order to find a satisfying purpose. He refuses to take the boring path that society has told him to go down, as he feels that's disingenuous to who he really is. And anyone who wants to criticize him for what he truly wants to do with his life, he's not gonna listen to. As the song progresses, the instrumental is supported by more layering, intensifying Khary's anger and underlining how motivated he is to succeed as a rapper. The witty bars, the aggression, the progression of the instrumental throughout the song makes this an extremely powerful opener to this EP.
Man, the receipts. I'm off this shit. Nigga, it's just a receipt. Like, niggas is dying. Fuck.
Hey, Khary, how you doing there, buddy? Good.
This is Khary's Boss. There are 5 skits placed throughout this album, consisting of the boss speaking to Khary, but Khary doesn't really give a response. They mostly showcase how annoying he is by showcasing him yelling, being nosy, nitpicky, condescending, genuinely just being insecure. However, it's delivered in this comedic format that's intended to make us laugh whilst getting us younger folks to relate to Khary.
Good. So, quick thing, real quick, not that quick, kinda serious, not that serious, but kinda serious.
Let's first start with the delivery of this skit. Jermaine Fowler's delivery is a classic example of irony, because a lot of bosses in the workplace talk to their interns in the "Ah, how you doing? Welcome to my office" voice to seem nice and friendly because you're in a work environment. But when you do something that's slightly wrong,
Serious. This morning, you got me my coffee. Like I told you, like I hired you for. Thank you so much, little guy. But not only did you forget my milk, but you also forgot to get a receipt.
they resort to passive aggression because they can't openly be straight up towards you, because that actually requires some sort of responsibility for the stuff that they say. Yeah, I'm gonna get pissed. Anyway, before I start ranting, his ironic delivery does a great job of displaying the way how bosses talk to their interns. I'm not gonna lie though, really, I don't mean no offense by this, but how do you forget the milk for a cup of coffee? Of course, irony isn't just used in the delivery. It's subtly embedded through the entire skit.
It's this morning you got me my coffee. Like I told you, like I hired you for. Thank you so much, little guy.
If you've interned, you can probably really relate to this line. For interning, workplaces are supposed to provide, you know, actual experience. But effectively what they often do is make you clean, organize papers, and grab them cups of coffee. And the fact that the boss has the nerve to say,
"You got me my coffee. Like I told you, like I hired you for,"
shows he doesn't care about offering Khary actual experience. He just wants the menial tasks accounted for. If you've never interned, you probably wouldn't have noticed how ridiculous that line is. How subtly the jokes are embedded throughout this skit further makes the boss feel real instead of some over-the-top caricature. The boss's fragile ego and insecurities are also demonstrated as he goes on to further reduce Khary's character to the little guy and his role in the workplace as the coffee boy, just to let him know that he thinks he's better than him, which is a great way of exemplifying the boss's insecurities. You're a boss. You're being passive aggressive towards an intern barely in his 20s. Who do you think you are? But all these aspects in tandem with each other combine to make a funny skit, which really introduces us well to the boss's character, whilst also making it relatable to others. I do wish the skit was separate from the track itself though. I really don't like it when I just want to listen to the music itself, but I gotta hit that next button because I don't want to listen to the same comedy skit over and over again, even though I think it's actually quite funny. The rest of the skits are separate, so I don't really know why this one isn't. You know, just a slight criticism. What's that sound? In this song, Khary is talking about his future ambitions and the success that he believes he will achieve in the later stage of his life. The instrumental is introduced by these blowing trumpets, giving the sense of glory on the track. It gives me the imagery of Khary entering like a sick room, like someone who's to be feared or to be extremely respected. These trumpets then fade to give Khary room to rap.
I wrote this song for the moment that I'm on, when I won't have to say the words, cause my fans just sing along.
Instrumental slowly starts building up until it hits us with this huge explosion of sound.
What the fuck you want? I got shit to do. I had a dream and a scheme where I put my mom in a penthouse. Need that view. Got a whole team, yeah, they need that too. Need them M's, nigga, Majin Buu. Quit my job, yeah, fuck Sue.
The trumpets, the piano, the drums are played at such a speed and tempo to just get the blood pumping. And serving to make this song feel like a powerful roaring anthem, which represents how motivated Khary is to succeed. Lege Kale, I'm so sorry, I will probably look up your name in editing and make fun of myself in the future.
This boy's disrespectful and stupid. His name's Lege Kale. Lege Kale.
Did great in terms of production on this track. And as far as rapping, there's not much I can say apart from that these lines are really witty and dope, further intensified by his infectious energy throughout the entire track.
I'm on top, rain check y'all like I'm out of stock. When your shit drops, that is not the case. My shit drops like an outer box.
Alright, I'm just gonna steal a genius explanation real quick by LXSTR. Weird name, but hey, you provide a pretty good analysis, my dude, so thank you so much. Khary plays all three of these lines off each other brilliantly. He insinuates that his records sell out quickly, so he'll offer a rain check or a slip, guaranteeing a copy when it's back in stock to those wishing to cop it. The next line insinuates that when his competitors' records are dropped, this is not the case, or rather, they don't sell well, so they don't have to worry about rain checks. On the third line, he ties it all together, saying his music drops like an OtterBox, which is literally the #1 selling case for smartphones, which is marketed as being protected from drops. These punchlines are so witty, they just make me go in absolute awe. And combining this with the amount of energy that Khary and the track exert, and it just further makes these punchlines hit like a truck.
When I was young, they told me don't look to the sun, you'll go blind, or maybe they were scared I'd find out I could run. Got oxygen in my lungs in a 3-point stance, so when they shoot that fucking gun, you will not find.
This is an extremely powerful pre-chorus. The sun within this context metaphorically symbolizes the direction that one can go in order to thrive, grow, and live a bright future. Obviously, this is due to the sun naturally being able to indicate direction, the sun giving energy to growing organisms, and it being right. But when people told him, don't look at the sun, you'll go blind, this could potentially symbolize people not believing in his full potential and that trying to live the life of his dreams would ultimately detriment him. However, Khary doesn't see their concern as genuine. He sees them using concern as a disguise for their worry of him achieving way more than they do. When he says, maybe they were scared I found out I could run, the oxygen in my lungs and the 3-point stance are representative of him being trained and a motivated sprinter, as if he had been preparing for this his entire life. And the second that he gets the chance to do what he wants to do,
you will not find. When my album drops, you will not find. When I leave that dock, you will not find. Punching in the clock, you will not find. When they kicking rocks, you will not find.
The build up to the line, you will not find me, emphasizes how ambitious he is, as he's willing to run so far to the point where people won't be able to see him anymore, showing how long the track is, therefore showing how high his goals are. Additionally, going back to the line 3-point stance, this is typically used in sprinting sports, and these sprinting sports usually require people to go at 100%. Linking these two lines together shows that Khary is going to run on a long track to the max, further emphasizing how dedicated he is to achieve his target. When you really think about how well these lines are interconnected and constructed, it really creates a powerful pre-chorus that serves as a strong highlight on the song.
So I ain't taking shit you hand me, that's my modus operandi. I'm a savage, call me Randy, fill my cup, call me Stanley, do the proper planning, you will not find me.
And from that, we segue from a victory anthem into an emotional, inspirational and honest song, ultimately about Khary giving himself his own purpose and giving advice about how you should too. This song covers various themes like religion, his past mistakes, and his insecurities.
Used to want to be the man, get an ovation when I stand, till I realized I was walking like you, gotta make my own footprints in the sand, had me fucked up like Diddy in the band, identity crisis.
This line is in reference to the show Making the Band 2, where contestants were often put through these rigorous, meaningless tasks, and their personalities often clashed, leading to the disbandment of the show. This serves as a metaphor for how society pressures young people to pursue things that have no value to them, eventually making them give up and indulge in self-destructive activities.
Identity crisis, an overly nice kid, discovered devices, the liquor provided, the sex I hide in.
Additionally, this song treads on the concept of religion.
Fuck who you try to make me, you could pray if you want to save me, if you force feed your Bible, what does it really mean, what does it really mean?
Khary's asking here, if you force feed your Bible, are you obeying God because you're a good Christian? Or are you obeying God out of fear of going to hell or being ostracized from your family? Khary is implying that you should follow religion because you actually believe it, not because of a fear.
I don't really follow any gods or religions, though I've always believed in a connection between all life forms. But if there is a God, I highly doubt that I'd be faulty for not reading a book written by the hands of men.
Oh, that's That's actually a really good point. Religion has been rewritten multiple times by humans to fit the context of their current times and beliefs. So by that logic, are you following God's words or are you following the words of man? The song isn't trying to be a philosophical masterpiece, but it's more treading on the theme of religion that a lot of people just blindly follow. By treading on this theme, I think Khary is trying to imply that religion gives people a purpose and life that they simply just don't believe in, when in reality they should give themselves purpose, as whilst people may judge them for it, at least they are staying true to themselves.
Being in my 20s, I've kinda treated liquor as a way to free me of my insecurities. As though there's a better me I can only reach when I'm intoxicated. But that's not true. I control who I am. You can take me to the water, but I'll die if I drink. Gotta find my soul, gotta find a place to think. What is me if I'm you? What is black if I'm blue? There's a kink in the system, gonna find my way through where I go.
I'm sorry, but this chorus is dope. 60 touches on the themes of religion, so it's safe to say that the first line is talking about baptism, a ritual meant for cleansing one of their sins. Like Khary said in his first verse, he's changed so much that his memories are priceless. This insinuates that although he sinned, the memory of those sins have caused him to evolve. Removing those sins would be to remove Khary of his identity, thus cause the identity to die if he drinks. Again, these lines place emphasis on Khary's identity and realizing that the system life puts us through is inherently flawed. Also off script, because I forgot to add this for some reason, this song is also dedicated to Khary's mother turning 60. And he gives this inspirational speech at the end. I'm just gonna play part for you guys because I don't want to ruin the entire thing, but I think it's amazing and it's really inspirational.
You see, my mother turned 60 this year, a number that she'll wear so well. And although she didn't live a perfect life, she's one of the most beautiful souls that I know. She believes in God, but she's never pressured me to do anything other than live a life of values and purpose, because that's all you really need.
Now, we've talked about a lot of deep stuff. Sometimes fish gotta wander around and have fun. You know what fish do when they're wandering around aimlessly in a tank? They smash. This song starts with a slow reverse piano with Khary, basically telling us how he wants to get his dick wet with the other intern.
It was late, like 2 a.m. I hit her up like, what you doing then?
The instrumentation in his first verse is a beautiful build-up, starting off with a slow piano, as it slowly implements these gorgeous, echoey vocals and the sounds of a rainforest.
These are the moments that make champions, when the music gets too ambient and you don't want to dance again. So you call her shorty, right? See if you can spend the night.
Which further makes the drop hit like a goddamn truck.
I was on the way to your crib, girl. I know you stay in Jersey. Why you lie about where you live? Rarely ever leave Brooklyn. It's your ass that got me here.
Hits us with this huge beat drop with creative use of synths and voice effects. Additionally, Khary gets to go and starts rapping about getting his dick wet through witty punchlines and an infectious delivery.
Got you arching, got you golden, like we bringing back the rib. Oh my, what? I am losing grip. Oh my, had to switch it up like Will Smith. Oh my, girl, let's do that up and down. That's my elevator pitch. Hold that thought.
Now, I could explain these lines, but you already know what these lines mean. Fam, this song is so much fun. Fam, if this plays in the club, I'm going crazy.
You are not my girl, we just kinda close. I like it when you got your mouth open like you saw a ghost. Patrick Swayze, baby, let me lick you like a cantaloupe. Just don't be surprised in the morning when it's adios.
It's so good. Now, admittedly, this song does feel pretty out of place on this EP, because this album is about Khary reflecting on struggle, trying to build his rap career, talking about his purpose and etc. But then you just got some random song about him smashing. I mean, it's good, I can't help to love it, but I'm gonna dance anyway. Alright, just play the clip.
She said she was down for that. She said she want rounds of that. She said she was down for that. She said she want rounds of that. She said she was down for that.
This song is about Khary needing space from others in order to find himself, as he feels lost, which is a common feeling associated with people at a young age. While 60 was more of a song about him trying to find purpose, A Year in Space is more about him separating himself from others and getting lost in order to find himself.
Yeah, the giants sleep, I gotta start to climb. Better not make a peep, but damn that's steep. I ain't never seen the peak, they don't want you to see the peak. DJ Khaled voice.
Jack and the Beanstalk is a story about a young boy who climbs up a beanstalk and steals gold from a giant's home. This reference to Jack and the Beanstalk serves as a metaphor for how hard it is to be successful. Not only is the journey of climbing a beanstalk an arduous task, but giants are representative of people in life who prevent you from metaphorically striking gold. Originally, I thought when he said they don't want you to see the peak, he was referring to the giants, but this could simultaneously refer to the people below who don't want Khary to strike gold and achieve his full potential. I mean, if he's climbing the beanstalk, he hasn't actually met the giant yet. These 4 lines could reflect that one of the reasons why he needs some space is because he believes some people behind him may be holding him back. Just like Jack's mother telling him not to climb the beanstalk to get the gold.
I know that I had the choice, I know that I had the choice, I know why. I am my opposition, that puts me in the opposition. This is my audition, I know I talk too much.
But these lines suggest that he has also put himself in positions that have pushed him back. So whilst there are people that are trying to stop him achieving what he wants, he's also displaying that he's taken accountability for his own actions. In addition to this, saying that he doesn't know why he put himself in this odd position because it's his audition could also be him showing his own form of self-rejection, halting him from being the person he could be.
But here I am, right here before your door.
Wait, you're talking about the woman that you just smashed in the last song? You mean the woman that you said,
You are not my girl, we just kinda close.
Did I miss something? I just thought you smashed and dashed. Well, yeah, I actually did miss something. Khary has an entire mixtape version which has additional songs. While still some of them are mostly talking about sex, make the relationship between him and this woman feel a lot more strong.
I can't find the time, you can't find the time, maybe we should quit joking. I can't stay the same, I can't play a game, I am fresh of the tokens. I will follow you to hell and back, shopping Emporium. I don't fuck with basic niggas, they don't bleed but PMS. Okay, I fuck some basic bitches, all they need is PBS. She having sex with me, but I feel like head underwater, I demand a bridge. The sun's too far, not close to get, so we put it on wax like Icarus. That's vinyl, trying to feel Richie like Lionel. Niggas only wanna ride the wave when it's title. They ain't even read the book or the spark notes, but somehow niggas feel so entitled. Why you punched me in the eye? I was fighting for your honor. I would rather have you gripping on my gun like Sarah Connor. Matter of fact, girl, when we gonna bang, bang, bang? Searching for food for thought, I'll be exploring the kitchen. They say that knowledge is power. Got my own pole and I'm fishing. I didn't ask for a pet, so I'm ignoring your bitching already.
The main problem with this EP in terms of the narrative is that the relationship with this girl here feels underdeveloped throughout the other supporting songs, to show that this has been playing out for the entire time. I think Khary might have realized this as the EP was released a few months before his actual 16-track mixtape was put out, so I recommend if you want the full experience of Khary's Intern Aquarium, which I personally think is almost perfect, you should listen to the mixtape version instead. What's that? Why aren't I talking about the mixtape first? Shh, I'm lazy, okay? Let's get back to the song, specifically the beautifully sung chorus by both Khary and Lamara.
I think I need time alone, I can use a year in space. I don't love myself, but you keep loving me. I am not the man that I wanna be. I don't love myself, but you keep holding me. I cannot be yours and live comfortably.
Khary wants to separate himself from the woman that loves him, as he believes that he's a burden on her. Applying context to how he feels working at his current job, maybe he doesn't feel like he's ready for a relationship, as the person that she's with now is not the person that he wants to be. These are extremely emotional lines, that show whilst Khary views her as an important part of his life, he has to let her go in order to become better.
I've got the whole wide world in the palm of my hands. Though I have it for ransom, it makes all the demands. I've got the whole wide world in the palm of my hands. Though I have it for ransom, it makes all the demands.
Okay, so this line is actually really smart. Saying that you have the world for ransom, essentially paying the world in a hostage situation, right? Like you can do anything you want to the world to get your money, right? But then the world is still making demands. You could do anything to the world, in the world, yet it's still demanding more. It's a smart way of showing how hard it is to succeed, you feel me? It's a really, really good line.
I mean, is it really tripping if you stumble upon your truth? I got a couple hundred in my pocket, but I beg to differ. Cause if a nigga like you gon' find himself along the way, by all means, Khary, get lost.
This is an extremely meaningful interlude within the song. Jon Hope is saying in order for one to find their purpose, they have to leave their comfort zone, or in other words, find the path that other people or the system have not painted for you and search. Get lost. They're implying that you can't find your true purpose in your struggle without stumbling or tripping, as that's part of the journey. This metaphor makes the interlude extremely powerful and inspiring, as there are a lot of people in their comfort zone that just aren't happy. Simultaneously, they may be people that are lost but aren't happy either. This interlude can provide motivation to those who are in that comfort zone and provide reassurance to those that are lost, as that's just part of their journey.
Rhode Island's like a different planet. Am I not brave? Does that make me a coward? Used to want to save the world, put a cape on, but is this world ours? Conscious Khary became Captain Khary for the sake of myself and the sake of you. Cause there's no telling what one might do with too much whiskey and too much truth.
Now if you're an OG fan, you know what this means. The first two lines is a reference to his song, Peace and Shit.
Just a young nigga trying to save the world. Yeah, I want peace and shit. My heart hurts sometimes. I might need a fix. Just a young nigga trying to save the world. Yeah, I want peace and shit.
By now is questioning whether saving the world is his responsibility. Additionally, when he's referring to Captain Khary, he's referring to a character that was upbeat and egotistical in order to provide happiness and escape from the troubles of the real world.
Like me, I was probably cloned. Do it cause I say so. Ask no questions when I hit the scene. Cause bitch, I'm the captain of the swim team. Riding around the city.
However, when he talks about conscious Khary, he's talking about Khary that's trying to be introspective, talking about his problems with the world. But he stopped because consistently acknowledging the problems of the world was too much for him, and maybe he was scared that this consciousness was too much for the people in bad circumstances.
Some go crazy, remain minute. Some go low gun that aim to shoot. Some go drop out, I blame the school. Oh, how I miss you, an aimless youth. Fuck his light, but that's what makes me right. The fact that I know my life is a roll of dice, not a girl in my Rolodex that can make me forget my price.
He knows what he wants to do with his life, but also realizes that life has a lot to do with chance. This is him acknowledging that life may not go the way he wants to, but at least he knows the type of person he is. And if you don't know what a Rolodex is
A rotating device used to store information and contacts.
This Rolodex not only works as a subtle flex, showing how many options he has, but shows that chasing those options is a waste of time and a detriment to himself, when he could be chasing the goals that he wants to achieve.
I'm not my vice, overworked, I need two brains. Never hang like Hussein, dark nights without Bruce Wayne. Not afraid to be crazy, we all are. I'm afraid to be too sane.
And this is a great line to end the verse on, effectively lingering on the listener's mind. Being too sane could correlate to Khary not taking any risks, such as getting lost, therefore not finding any sense of purpose, ironically meaning that him staying in his comfort zone is one of his greatest fears. The amalgamation of the meaning of these lines makes Khary seem like a powerful, independent person, as he's willing to go out in the wilderness in order to carve his own footprints in the sand and follow his own ambitions. Overall, the song is Khary's full realization that he needs to get out of his comfort zone in order to find himself, and that the place he's working at is holding him back. And so he quits. I used to watch Luna back in the day, this song was his outro song, and this was my introduction to Khary. Let me tell you, this is a hell of an introduction.
I've been working all damn day for about like 2 weeks straight. My boss is a fucking bitch. Matter of fact, you could tell that hoe I fucking quit.
This verse isn't built off bars, but the raw aggression and how bluntly he's talking about his feelings hits the soul. Through his delivery, you could tell his anger is real. And within the context of this entire album, the climactic moment hits so much more.
Give me a year and I'ma be on, see the sign, yeah, neon. Don't believe me, nigga, don't believe me. So many people, I'm a shit and peon. Folded shirts is not my dream, I don't know who you were kidding. How about you suck my dick? Call that my new position, I swear.
And then Latrell comes in with the right hooks.
Hope I don't run out of memories. Play metal, get silent for hours. Left hand, more crackers on couches, but catch up all over my outfit. We live for directors, the pilots. I hope I don't run out of Hennessy, cause the liquor eliminates problems. Drink till I'm numb and the past is forgotten.
Oh my god, Latrell, stop, you're killing me. Latrell's flow and inflections in the second verse are so good. But additionally, he actually provides some new perspective to quitting and leaving everything behind that stressed him out, dealing with it by actions such as overly drinking. Furthermore, he contrasts this with his mother not quitting, in scenarios like having kids and battling a sickness.
And I thought my world ended when she told us about a sickness. Started to question my existence. I was praying for remission, but what kind of example would she be setting for her children? Man, I wouldn't have my mama if she ever thought of quitting. Glad she did.
He's glad that his mother didn't quit and dealt with the hand that the world gave to her.
Latrell's mother quitting with the problems that life gave to her isn't exactly her lying to herself or, you know, doing this because society told her to. She's doing this because she has to, and quitting in that scenario will be a lot more detrimental than Khary just leaving his job. He doesn't have to do that job because he has to. He does that job because it's what society tells him to do, and he knows he can do a lot better by himself. Latrell's mother not quitting in this scenario just shows her amount of strength. I think Latrell really demonstrates that very well in this verse.
The polarity between the second verse and the first verse puts on display that Latrell's leaving out of a place of weakness, whilst Khary is leaving out of a place of strength. It shows in one of the last tracks of the EP. This is Khary acknowledging his strength in his most aggressive track on this album by dissing everyone that ridiculed him, going against authority and taking control.
I need you to know that I ain't worried about these niggas. They ain't gotta fuck with me. I just keep fucking their sisters.
The first verse has quite a lot of punchlines. These are quite easy to catch, so I don't feel like I have to go in depth explaining them.
Tides rise and tsunamis are in tune with the gods. I am Zeus with a trident, no Poseidon with a rod. In my yay, missing in action. Sorry, Mrs. Jackson. I don't got time to chill. I'm not a fridge magnet. I call mutiny on the ship, make you a missing captain. I just leave these saltine niggas in the kitchen cabinet.
In addition, the delivery and the disses really give me imagery of Khary rap battling his boss 8 Mile style, further adding to his confidence. The second verse's punchlines take the song to a whole new level.
2 birds with 1 stone, if 9 lives what you got. 18 bullets, I'll probably kill 2 cats.
Okay. Okay, come on. Cats have 9 lives. 2 birds with 1 stone. 9 times 2 times 1. 18 bullets. Come on.
When you get the point, if your barefoot was on 2 jacks,
if you know jack about cards, you probably don't get this punchline, so let me explain it to you.
Didn't get it the first time either, so okay, don't worry.
Jacks tend to have pointy weapons on them. Get it? Cool, we can move on.
Put my heart in this shit like a stethoscope. Competition in the water, I just hope y'all float.
He just won the battle and watches the others in his vicinity fail. He's literally drowning in success. I don't need to explain myself with some sort of powerful finisher now. You've heard the consistently hitting punchlines. You know this song is good. You know this song is about him battling and being the winner. And yeah, you know, yeah, I'm off script. It's just such a powerful climax to a great EP about a young man breaking out of his shell. Instead of cowering in his comfort zone that most people are suffering under, he puts a straight middle finger in everybody's faces. Now let's sing the outro.
2 steps, say fuck these niggas, say fuck these niggas, now 2 say fuck these niggas, say fuck these niggas now. Two step, say fuck these niggas, say fuck these niggas now. Two step, say fuck these niggas, yeah, fuck these niggas,
Okay, I'm going to be fully honest. This was a one-off kind of thing, making a retrospective on one of my favorite music projects ever. It wasn't easy and involved a lot of procrastination. I'm a STEM student. I tried to learn music theory for a bit. That stuff is difficult. Nevertheless, I really love, and I do mean love, this EP to bits. Of course, for the bars, the personality, the delivery, the instrumentation, but also for its message. With this video, I'm not saying to go to quit school and to hell with stability. What I am saying is don't let societal pressure dictate your entire life. Do you? I know it sounds corny coming from a 17-year-old who knows absolutely nothing about the world, but do you? Seriously, you don't have to have the mentality of life sucks and then you die. Find your purpose. Yeah, I'm done. I hope this helps someone out there. Thank you, Khary, creating oh my god, I'm stumbling. Thank you, Khary, for creating this album. It's been very important to me. And thank you to the people who watched this video. I do hope it provided you some sort of value. Yeah, I might do this again. You know, recording this was fun. Yeah, take care, guys. And I promise I'm gonna go to gaming soon. Alright.
Lately, I'm just chillin' in my room, watching tunes, talking to my broom. Lately, I'm just chillin' all alone in my home. I swear I hate my phone.